find a space for yourself where you can write.
I mean, you can write anywhere. You can write in your bedroom, front room.
Make sure that it's a space in which you can write, so don't turn your phone on. Try not to have access to the internet, or if you're very restrained, make sure that you don't have your Facebook page up or the internet up.
Sometimes it gets to a point where you suddenly become very, very easily distracted by everything, so TV and just cleaning up and eating and all that stuff. So sometimes I think what helps most, if you're trying to write the main body of your text, that's a good time to get out. Particularly I go to the library a lot, because the library still kind of feels, because you're like not really allowed to talk in a library, it feels like there's a series of kind of rules in place, so you feel like you kind of have to do work in a library.
I think it's the same as anything, isn't it? It's totally individual. It's what works for you. For myself, I write in my bedroom at my mum's house, which is a tiny little box room, but has been my bedroom forever. And I tend to write at night as well. More stuff happens at night.
I used to, when I kind of shared a flat with some friends, I would sleep between kind of the hours of 5 and 7 in the evening when they were all having dinner, doing all their like mingling stuff, get up when they were going into work mode and winding down mode, and then I'd write through the night, and then I'd be going to bed when they were getting up for work. And it felt quite isolating, but also really productive, because no one's on Facebook, no one's on Twitter, you can't message anyone, you can't call anyone, you're on your own at 3 in the morning, and the option is to kind of get your deadline finished.
When I was a younger writer, I used to be really random with my working hours. I'd work whenever, whenever it suited me, evenings, weekends, whenever, you'd kind of have coffee and cigarette-fueled writing sessions late at night. But I think as the rhythm of your life changes, maybe you get settled down a bit. I mean, my wife has kind of a more 9-to-5 type working life, so the kind of writing rhythm changes to kind of adapt to your living circumstances a bit as well. So I'm kind of more 9-to-5 now.
When I first started writing, I used to write at home, which is quite distracting, because you can either try and put the TV on, or you're always trying to do other stuff apart from writing. But now I've got myself a nice little box office that has no windows. It's almost like a little prison, but it's good because it kind of keeps me focused. I can go in there, shut the door, and just write and forget the time and forget where I am. So if you can afford to, get a little office, but if not, write from home.
I have an office. I do now, but really you've got to write everywhere. I mean, I used to write. I used to spend a lot of time. Spend a lot of time outdoors writing, because I lived in a one-bedroom flat with my wife, and so we didn't have much room. So that's still a habit of mine, going out and sort of having a coffee and writing, because what I like about that is that you're less likely to sort of sit there doing nothing, because you feel like a bit of a dick. You're just sitting staring at a screen or a piece of paper, so you kind of feel like you're forced to write, but at the same time there's not enough. It's not something that's really, really distracting, so I quite like doing that. But actually you can't really wait for inspiration, you have to write.